Previously on Persona D&D, you went to leave the Temple of the Restful Lily, entering into the gift shop. Cyrus, you had bought the mysterious key, which you almost went and interrupted a demonic intervention to go and figure out, only to decide not to do that. You bought the 4 needles that do not bend, and you bought a displacer beast tooth, as well as a bag of pink dust.
Mm-hmm.
And
fan with the cat on it.
The fan with the cat on it, and the Legend of Silas book.
Yes.
Correct. Yes. Lily, going to the gift shop. Avrith, you acquired the bottle with a metal fish inside of it. You got that's named Joseph. Joseph the fish. Yeah, from Joseph himself.
Joseph from Joseph, and I also offered to buy Joseph.
Yeah,
yeah, that's great.
You bought the bottomless cup of coffee,
which honestly pretty overpowered. I've just saved myself like $5 daily.
Pretty legit. The incomprehensible map.
Yep.
And a nightcap that puts you to sleep and gives you good dreams.
Yep. Which I don't know how I can take off quite yet, but maybe there's like a timer on it. Maybe it's like a full 8 hours rest. It says you rest well. You know?
Yeah, rest well.
Who knows?
You also don't know if it actually works in the outside world or not.
That's very true, actually. I don't know that.
You picked up. Where is my list?
I picked up a card.
You picked up the card, the divination card in the music box that plays September, Eye of the Tiger, Bye Bye Bye, and Every Breath You Take. And you found out Bernie also had the same music box or something similar to it. That also was just a plain Rickroll at the end. And thus, the week began. The school week began. Going to classes. Let me pull up your schedule.
I did okay.
You did all right. Yeah, so Monday you spent some time focusing on mounted combat. You did fairly decently there. Tuesday you decided to investigate and study Icebane, which I mean, it's all right. Like, it's okay. It's all right. And then Wednesday rolled around. Wednesday, the 4th, rolled around. Wednesday, October 4th, you went to class to diplomacy in the morning. And then came middle of the day. You decided to go where? To try and look into this armor.
Probably it would be best to do it probably in like the master's domain, since magical item, magical properties.
Okay.
Only place I could really interact with it.
Okay. So you head on in. Doesn't look like there's anybody really around right now. Nobody's coming in, going out. The master's not present. What are you doing?
So, upon seeing nobody's there, from my never-ending bag of holding, I'm going to bring out the Plate of Knights Fellowship and kind of lay it out in front of me.
Okay.
Just kind of like a generic open space, wherever it is, and just kind of lay it out in full and, kind of take a gander at it, kind of do a more thorough investigation of it, as opposed to when I previously just kind of looked at it. I was like, ooh, pretty armor.
Right. Taking a closer look at it, kind of what I said previously, holds true about it. It has that emblem that sort of looks like it will shift to whatever your sort of designated emblem will end up being. It has a very chic look to it. Pull up the description. It's got this, almost cosmic design to it in the plate, and then the like little skirt at the bottom. That's part of the mail underneath. But otherwise, it it has that bird on the shoulder, and then the plate on the other side. So as you're looking at it, you start to get that recognition in the back of your mind. Something stirring within you.
Do I know what's specifically stirring within me? Or is it just like a vague, sort of, familiarity?
A familiarity. A very familiar feeling within you.
Different than when I first examined and interacted with the armor, or
Similar.
Okay. To be safe, Cyrus is going to summon Lathander to be at his side while he deigns to, I guess, touch this armor more.
Okay.
And as he summons Lathander, he's going to turn to him and say, I'm not sure what could happen, but just watch over me.
He looks down at you and he nods and he says, always.
Thank you. And then Cyrus will rest his hand on the chest plate.
Okay.
And see what happens.
As you reach down, your hand placed on the chest plate, you hear a voice. A familiar voice, you know exactly who it is. You don't see it, but you can feel that cold smile. What's the matter? Go ahead. Put it on.
Why are you so eager to have me put it on?
We're friends. We're brothers. Of course. They'll keep you safe.
Yeah. We were friends. We were brothers. Not with you.
Would you prefer me to be somebody else?
If I said yes, what then?
Who could say? I'm not here to harm you. I'm here to help.
Why would you help me? You wanted to kill me not even, a week ago?
Kill you? Me? No. I never wanted to kill you. Never. Despite your protest, despite your belief, at the end of the day, brothers squabble. And yes, I may have wanted to hurt you, but I don't think so anymore.
How are you gonna help me?
Why don't you put the armor on and find out?
Do I have your word that you're going to help me and not hurt me?
Give me new life.
The hell's that supposed to mean, huh? New life? How am I supposed to do that? What, are you gonna take over my damn body if I put this on?
I'm not the threat to taking you over.
You know what? fine. I'll humor this. And Cyrus will, take his hand off the plate mail,
Okay.
or the chest plate, and then he'll put it on slowly, like piece by piece, and kind of gauge to see how safe it is, starting with like, probably the chest plate itself, and then putting the
One piece at a
following
time.
piece on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like putting the pieces on you, like that connection never really fades. It doesn't seem like it's more or less dangerous when you're putting like, the shoulder pads on, like the under chainmail, it seems like it's just normal armor. There's just that connection never fades, the more pieces you put on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I guess after Cyrus has all of it put on, he'll say, well, what now?
You feel something wash over you. This cooling, almost icy feel wash over you. Very good. Why don't you go ahead and summon me?
Summon you?
I have to be willed out of this thing.
Fine. Before Cyrus does that, he's going to draw out the Dawn Sword just to have it ready.
Okay.
And then he'll try and do what the Ice King wants and kind of will him into being.
Okay. You take a second and you will it out of you to use the properties of the plate mail. And you feel this energy in your chest exit. And in front of you, this spectral form floating begins taking shape as you see a hand, an arm connected to a body that goes down, feet touch the ground. The body continues to form, the other hand. This almost ghostly face begins to take shape. The icicles running through the hair. As he looks at you. I didn't think I'd get this far. I didn't think that you would hold me in such high regard.
I wouldn't call it high regard.
Yes. Then why am I here? Why, when you touch that armor, why am I the one that came to your mind first?
Your guess is as good as mine. I wouldn't have thought it'd be you specifically. Would have liked to have thought it would have been maybe the you that I actually knew, instead of the one I came to hate.
You don't hate me. Am I wrong?
You need to learn to shut your damn mouth.
Where is my sword?
You're not getting it. It's not yours. Never was.
And how do you expect me to fight without my sword?
You're the ghostly apparition that came out of this chest. Can't you just will something into existence? Or do I have to do that for you?
Very well. He walks over to a almost this barrel, and he reaches in and he pulls out this small stick, and he looks at you and he holds the stick out. On guard.
On guard.
And he goes in and he begins lightly fencing with you. Go ahead. I'll give you a choice: athletics or acrobatics. It's nothing serious, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's light fencing with it.
Sure, I'll take athletics.
Okay.
It's a 15.
All right, very good. Yeah, so he goes in and he taps your sword, and you're able to finesse the sword and poke him in the shoulder. And he backs off. A little better than last time.
Yeah.
As I was saying, I'm not the threat to taking you over. If anything, you should be thanking me. I'm here as your protection. Shouldn't you already know that, though?
Cyrus's free hand is gonna start to ball up into a fist. Kind of the memories of the past life's Leo that Silas knew kind of spring to life in his mind. And he's gonna grit his teeth and look at the Ice King and say, treading on mighty thin ice.
How very apropos.
Yeah.
What I speak is the truth. There is something haunting both of us. Dating all the way back. You don't know, do you?
I have an inkling, but I don't have the full picture. I assume it's similar with you.
I could never unlock the full power of Icebane. Because, as much as I regret saying this, and as much as it hurts me and wounds me to say something along these lines, it is not completely my sword. It did yield to me. I did control it. It did accept me. Reluctantly. But it showed me only portions of the truth. Not the whole picture.
Yeah, it was never meant to be yours to begin with.
Then, you already know what the threat is.
It's Silas, isn't it?
He gives you a look. He paints himself as benevolent, kind, merciful. The memories that I saw, the memories that I know, everything that I was taught. He's a warmongering liar. Give him a reason, and he will not hesitate to take you down.
Good thing I didn't give him one.
Yet. But now I'm here. And what better way, what better situation do we find ourselves in than to make a deal?
What is it?
You give me back my sword, and I will make sure that he cannot get you, should you make any errors.
Why should I trust you with the sword?
Because if you find yourself on the battlefield outmatched, I can be summoned to unleash its potential. You are untrained. All you have is the one sword, and you cannot use the second, lest you risk awakening him again.
Can you also teach me how to use it? Or at least how to unlock what's inside of it. Its history, the memories, the truth.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. I'm using inspiration.
Okay.
Okay, this is my only inspiration, but that's fine. Okay, that's better.
Yeah,
better.
a little better, a little better.
Significantly better. I mean,
Yeah.
5 points better.
5 points, yeah. Okay, 16? Better than 11.
Mm-hmm.
He narrows his eyes. I could handle your entire group. Just me. You're not quite strong enough to be able to wield it. But perhaps with a little guidance, you might be able to have a semblance. A taste.
I understand how dangerous it is, and I have assured my friends, my party, that I wouldn't use it, and that it wouldn't fall into anybody else's hands. If I give you this sword, and I only call upon you when I need you most, that's only when it'll be used, right?
Of course. You see, you and I, have a different relationship now. I am finally doing exactly what I wanted the entire time. To protect you. Whether you believe me or not. And if you give me that sword, it'll make my job all the much easier. So, Cyrus, what say you?
One last question.
Very well.
What happens to the sword when it's not in your hands? Does it dissipate with you whenever you're dismissed, or is it with me still?
I will have it. It will be as I am. Part of you, part of the armor. But you won't be affected because I will be there to keep any nastiness at bay. Lest you wish to get rid of me. In which case, I can't protect you at all. Nor can I teach you its secrets.
If I ever want it for my own research, is that fine?
Your wish is my command.
You know, I appreciate the lack of sarcasm. Cyrus is going to turn to Lathander real quick and kind of, you know, eyebrows furrowed, kind of just looking for any sort of semblance of like what he thinks.
He looks back at you and narrows his eyes, and he seems uncertain, but he sort of nods his head and he says, however you would like to proceed, I will support you.
Right. Well. Cyrus is just gonna kind of stand there for a second, processing everything, eyes never really breaking, you know, against the Ice Kings.
Yeah.
Okay. He'll close them for a second and then take a big, deep breath in. And then say, you truly mean what you say, you mean to protect me and you mean to help me? Then yes, I'll agree. Because in some way, I feel as though this is your way of repenting. And I'm going to hold you to it. But if the moment that you do anything that would hurt my friends, this deal is off. And I will be taking the sword back.
He takes a breath and he bows. I would never dream of betraying such trust.
All right. Cyrus will make his way closer to the Ice King and hold out his hand. On this, we make a deal.
He stands back up, looks down at your hand, holds out his hand, his icy grasp on your hand. Then a deal is made. Partner.
All right. I'll hold you to it.
Excellent. And he stands back and he holds out his hand. The sword.
Right. And just as a moment, as a refresher for myself and for the audience as well, summoning Icebane is very similar to summoning like the Dawn Sword, right? It's just kind of like I just call upon it.
Yep.
Cool. Cyrus will take out. He'll raise his sword hand, and then he'll kind of dismiss the Dawn Sword with a little bit of a flourish, swiping his hand to the right, and then he'll start to take the position of, as if he was holding a sword with both hands, and summon Icebane.
And the icicle blade, the hilt, forms in your hand as this shoots out. The long ice sword is now in your hands once again. The first time summoning it, really, in earnest. It feels comfortable, normal to you. It feels like the sword is calling to you to bond with it.
There'll be a slight moment of hesitation as Cyrus begins to adjust the sword, so that way the blade is facing down and he can properly hand it held up to the Ice King. And as he begins to bring it over to hand it off properly, he pulls back just ever so briefly before kind of stealing his nerves and reaching his hand back out again.
He reaches out and he grasps the hilt. May I?
You may. And then Cyrus will very reluctantly release his hand.
And he grasps hold of it, holding it in his hands. Welcome home. Looking over the blade. He flourishes it and puts it into its sheath. Now, if there is nothing else, I'm feeling quite tired. I think I'll rest a while, unless you need something else.
No, I will call upon you when I need you next.
Very well. And he dissipates. His essence flows back into the armor as you watch it take on this almost icy visage onto it. Still representing your, fire flare, but it has this sort of clashing now, fire and ice sort of purplish feel to it.
Cool. After that happens, Cyrus, all the tension that was just in his back and his shoulders will release and his shoulders will slump. And he'll let out a big, long sigh. Better hope I just did the right thing. And he'll turn to Lathander and kind of have a bit of like a loose, wry smile on his face, and he'll say, "Funny how things play out, huh?"
He nods and he says, "Everything happens for a reason."
Yeah. It does. It does. I guess we'll be seeing more of him than we expected. Well, probably best get ready for the rest of the day.
Quite.
Thank you, as always.
Always. And he also dissipates. And you go to your tactics course. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, tactics. Yes, you go to tactics. You get out of tactics class, and you are intercepted as you're walking out of the course by Ionos. As she sees you, almost with a concerned look on her face, and she walks over and grasps hold of your hands and like brings them together and says, "Are you okay?
Yeah.
How are you taking the news?"
News? Again? I'm sorry. About...
Did you not... You didn't see Show's letter?
Show's letter?
Oh my gosh. Come. And she turns and begins pulling you, says, "Come on."
I'm coming.
And
I need to pull.
she basically drags you with a hastened walk to her office and opens the door and closes it behind her. It is just you and her in there, and she walks over, lets you go, and walks back to around her desk, and she opens up a file and she pulls out a letter and says, "You didn't see this today? This went out around lunchtime."
No, I was working on something personal during lunch.
Gotcha. Well, I
I went
guess
to prison.
you'll hear from me first then. Here you go. And she hands you a letter. And I just put it in your notes.
Thank you. I'll open that up and read that out loud. Oh god, I hate how formal it looks. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna organize everything so I can see your face still.
Mhm.
It reads, from the desk of Sho Asuka, Student Council President, Atrios Neutral Officers Academy for everyone's continued peace, neutral zone. Dear students, it is with great sadness that I must write this letter to you. We here at ANOASEP have recently received word of the passing of former Student Council Secretary Claudia Ravenswood. She recently informed our academy that she would be returning home to advocate for local change in Efferentian society, but it is my duty to report that her ship that left our academy unexpectedly capsized and sank, crossing from our neutral zone border into Efference. Claudia was the only casualty, saving the life of a crew member in the process. On Sunday, October 8th, we will be holding a remembrance ceremony for all that wish to attend. Sincerely, Sho Asuka. Holy shit.
Yeah, I was floored when he told me. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So I was looking for you all, last class of the day, and I couldn't find you, so I thought maybe you had just gone to class like normal. And then I saw you, and I'm sorry.
Cyrus is gonna take a staggered step into one of the open seats in front of Ionos' desk. He'll say, It's okay. It's just a little bit of a shock. She was the only casualty? Really?
The only one. There was almost 20 people on that boat.
Does that feel weird to you? She was the only casualty. Her.
I mean, I don't. I mean, Sho told me, and what the crew reported was that she was saving somebody's life, and I don't know.
Shit. Cyrus was gonna lick his lips a little bit and just kind of drop his head into his hand as he kind of just leans in the chair, processing this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we weren't that close, but still. We'll be at the remembrance ceremony.
Yes. Yes, we will.
I'll tell the rest of the party if they haven't seen this already.
Well, I know that Avrith was in the office this morning, so
He probably knows.
would know. I don't know about the rest of the party, though. I would assume maybe they received the letter already.
Yeah, you're probably right. Are
I'm
you
sorry.
okay?
Well, I mean, I knew her better than you, and I worked with her for a while, so it's quite sad. But she didn't die doing nothing, so
Yeah.
it's a hero.
Just. Yeah. I mean, should also save our asses. So, Right. Yeah, and Cyrus will kind of, put the letter back down on the desk finally and, kind of like pat it. He'll kind of stand up and say, well, what was that it?
That's it.
Okay. Can I give you a hug?
Yeah. And she stands up and walks around the desk and gives you a hug.
Cyrus is going to return it very, very tightly.
Mm-hmm.
You'll say, it's not my fault. But I said no one else would die.
Yeah.
I know I can save everyone, but still. This stings.
Things happen all the time, and accidents happen all the time. We don't know if this is connected to the other side or not, so
I know, but still.
I know. It'll be okay.
Yeah. Just must make sure nobody else that I can help gets hurt. That
Yes,
includes you.
you as well.
Yeah. I did something you might call kind of crazy during lunch.
Oh boy.
But I think it was the right decision. And then Cyrus will kind of give an abbreviated version of the events that happened.
Yeah.
Both like kind of giving as much context as needed for her to understand like the
Yeah,
how
they-
we came, like the cliff notes of everything
Right,
that is important
right.
for her to understand what just happened.
Right. She takes a second to take in that information, and she looks at you, narrows her eyes. Are you sure?
Like 60% sure.
Work that number up to 100 and come back to me, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks that maybe
That he's just playing you?
I mean, that, but also, thinking about it a little bit, he can only ever, come into existence if I will him to. And the other part of me thinks that maybe this is a part of what I told Leo when we beat him in his palace. Live to repent, to atone. And maybe in some way or form, he's trying to do that by actually doing what he wanted to do. What he said he was doing for me all those years. Even if he didn't really mean it. I don't know. But
all right.
There's a part of me that thinks that maybe it's best that because of our shared history, in the most literal sense of the word, it might be more beneficial than if I were to do things on my own or even with the assistance of other people. As crazy as it sounds.
Well, perhaps you're right, but still work that number up and then come back to me, okay?
I will. Time will tell. But yeah, I will, yeah.
Okay.
And thanks, sis.
Always.
I'll see you Friday. I have a lot of stuff to catch up on.
Yes, you do, after being gone a whole week without so
Yeah.
much as a word.
I didn't expect to be gone that long. Stuff's weird, time, funky, wonky bullshit. Sorry. And as he's saying this, he's kind of like inching back towards the door, just kind of like hunched over. He's like, I didn't expect to be gone for that long. I thought, based off of what Now said, being there for like a month and it only been like just a day, maybe it would have been like that, but I didn't expect the whole week to go by, so sorry, but working overtime.
Apology accepted. And yes, you are going to work overtime.
Cool.
And I do not want to hear anything about investigations or week-long extravaganzas wherever for the foreseeable future, unless you give me a heads up.
I will make sure to give you a heads up because, I still have to deal with Artoria.
Oh my god, I forgot about that pain in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, Leo kind of took a priority for a little bit, but I'm not forgetting that I'm under blackmail, so...
Well, at least she wasn't here for the week to try and harass you about it, so...
Thank the gods she wasn't. I'm not looking forward to when I run into her, because I can imagine she'll have many a thing for me to say
Yes.
and do.
Yes.
Anyways, I'm gonna go get some food and get ready for the rest of the week. Do my homework or something. I don't know.
Very
I will
good.
see you Friday.
Until then.
Till then. And he'll excuse himself.
All right. So you excuse yourself and the day comes to a close. Thursday rolls around. Your training with Faye is pretty straightforward. She's fairly normal during your training. And then in the afternoon, do you want to speak with Ollie again?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I took when I put history there to speak with him or to get his tutoring in particular. So
So you walk up to his office door, give it a knock, and he yes, come in.
Oh, it's me, Cyrus, sir.
Oh, very nice for you to stop by. Did you come to tutoring,
Yes.
or is this a house call?
No, definitely more tutoring.
Excellent. So what is it that we will be discussing today?
Well, I mean, what I expressed when I first met you, sir, the history of Castell and the geopolitical climate, I guess, of the continent around then.
An interesting time to be alive, for sure. Man, I wish that I were so. And he walks around to the back of his desk and he opens up a book, and a flash hits you. You remember from Silas walking into a room, a man striking resemblance to Ollie standing at a table, referencing for you to sit down. You think you're there for some diplomatic reason, and the memory ends. And you see as Professor Ollie is he's looking at the chair. Would you like to sit?
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. And Cyrus will kind of shuffle over.
And he walks over to his shelf, and he's picking out all these sorts of books, and he says, well, the geopolitical climate of the era is, if I'm being straightforward and honest with you, not very well documented from that time. It seems that when Castell fell and Shinami took over as the marquee name, and they regressed back to where they are now with the Borders of Efference, they destroyed a lot of the historical texts. So a lot of what is available is only available overseas from Lydell. Or, if you're lucky like me, you can find some old historians who are very protective over their sacred texts. Especially in Efference and Zested. They are very concerned about their old textbooks. Now, they had a few in Efference and a few in Zested that referenced Castell, but a lot of them have cast it out as they wanted to forget that part of their history. Now, before, when they were Ferency, the Efferencian society did not like the Castellians. They were very against them, and just caused a lot of friction. Now, and then he goes on and on and on about like stuff that you already know about that from your initial memory burst from Silas. So it's a lot of basically recapping and just sort of pushing in that Ollie knows the history, and he's sort of telling you what he knows on the base level to just give you a baseline currently. And it's about an hour that he's sort of wandering around, joining on and on and on. And you're like, yeah, okay, I know that. Yeah, okay, I know that. Just sort of like taking in what he's saying. And he gets towards the end and he says, a little known fact for you. It is said that when the conflict broke out between Aska and Castell after the Great Invasion, or before the Great Invasion, I should say, Castell is said to be the one to aggravate this situation, which, in your mind, contradicts what you remember happening. You remember that Aska claimed that Castell had attacked first, but you as Silas, your memory of Silas, does not remember giving an order to do so.
Okay.
And
Cyrus will chime in and he'll say, to my understanding, I thought it was Aska that initiated the invasion and started the war.
That is the great ruse, is it not? Now, see what happened here, and it says here in this text right here from Zested. I tracked this down in the capital. One of the older families, Donmore, had this in their treasury vault, and he puts it on the table. It says right here that this Dame Ophelia, her ancestors of the Ophelia of Avatar, the mystic, she was very tight-knit with Silas during the initial part of the conflict. But apparently, it says here that she was the one who instigated the situation on behalf of King Silas, saying that he was the one who told her to instigate it.
Okay. That's interesting.
Very. So where do we go from there? You see, as the conflict started, and then Silas, as we know, conquered the nation, conquering the entire nation. Shortly thereafter, he got his execution. But
Execution?
yes, that is what the text from Methrin says. And the text from Aska, it says that they were able to stave off Entora just enough to defeat the king's army, and were able to execute the Mad King.
Wait, Mad King?
Mad King, yes. Silas was a warmonger, a well-known warmonger.
I thought he died of an injury.
No, he was executed by, let's see, and he pulls a book. He says, I got this one from Aska. He opens it up. It's very old text here. This is very ancient Askan language. It says here that after the attack on Tora, in which his army was felled, Silas was captured and executed by the then king of Aska.
Okay. Well, goes to show that maybe I was wrong.
Understandable. I mean, who knows if this is even correct? I mean, old texts can be altered all the time. You know what they say about history and victors.
It's true. But just from what research I've done and from what I've been able to ascertain, the perception of Silas that I've come to be told is not the one and the same as what you've just told me. So...
which it's highly likely that it's very possible that he was not, in fact, a warmonger. Maybe he was a peacemonger being instigated into war by somebody else. It's possible. Hard to believe since he was the head honcho.
Or his strings were being pulled or guided in a specific direction by key people.
It's very likely. But who could say for sure? We aren't the ones who can, go back and get into the mind of such a man. I can only do so much research, you know what I mean?
It's true, it's true. Have you heard of a text called The Life of Silas?
Yes, it is a very well-known exposition on the man. I got the sense that he was a man who didn't like to have things written about him, and that caused a lot of friction in between what was written and what was said. I feel like he was a very close to the chest man, and perhaps the writer wasn't getting everything that accurate, I guess. I read it a long time ago, but I didn't see that it was a very accurate representation compared to everything else that I was reading about him.
Do you happen to know how it ended? The copy I procured recently had the last chapter ripped out.
Let me
Or
think.
do you think you could get a copy that doesn't have the last chapter ripped out?
I could see if I could procure one back from Lidl. I mean, it might be very hard to track down. There weren't very many copies, I imagine. And
If you could, that'd be great, but obviously I understand the predicament.
I mean, my copy only came through in passing, and I passed on it on a stupid whim. Somebody bought it out from under me.
Yeah, I mean...
I didn't think to contest at the time.
Understandable. I mean, if what you said is true and it really contradicts what you've come to discover, then it makes sense. But I don't know. It feels very particular that specifically the last chapter would be ripped out. I haven't gotten that far yet, but when I was skimming through it, I noticed that a good hefty chunk of pages that accounted for roughly the last chapter or so just weren't there. And I just would be curious as to see what the ending was of the book whenever I get to it, instead of being left on the worst cliffhanger imaginable.
No kidding. Wouldn't we all? Well, I mean, I suppose I can take a look and I can see what I can turn up, and maybe we go from there.
Yeah, that sounds great. Sounds great. And you can definitely expect to see me back real soon. I know it's starting to get a little late, so...
Of course, and as always, you know, you're more than welcome to stop by into my office any hours that I am here. We can talk about the history of Castel, the history of this nation. I'm a very big fan, so just get the mental juices flowing.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, thank you so much, sir. I really, really appreciate it. This has been very fruitful.
Of course. Have a great night, and great rest of your week. I hope to see you in class on Monday.
Absolutely. You can definitely expect to see me.
Of course. And you exit his office, and you head on your way. And if there is nothing else that you have that you wanted to get to, Friday comes, and your VP Squire duties come along, where you are just put to work.
Yep.
Very hard
No
work.
surprise,
And then eventually the evening comes around and you are released from your duties and able to track down some of your party members.
Wonderful.
As you get through the school week, going through the school week like normal, Monday comes and goes. Spending time with your siblings is easy. There's nothing of real note. Spending time with Athos. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the music. It's weird adjusting the music, you know what I mean?
Right? I'm the one that does all this shit usually. It's nice to not just have to sit here doing nothing.
And think about it, yeah. I'm like over here looking at the dial. I'm like, is this good? But Monday comes around and it goes, and Ziore is actually not present during this family time, so it is just you and Athos. Okay. Athos says that Ziore had something that urgent she needed to deal with for show, and that she had to actually leave the academy grounds and go down towards the docks, according to Athos. And Tuesday morning came, and there's a knock on your door very early in the morning. Just a very loud knock, knock, knock.
All right, he's gonna just literally roll out of bed. You just hear a fucking. He's just gonna just thud out of bed, fall down on the ground, and just kind of right himself up, get up, and kind of just go and crack the door open, just kind of peek through.
And you'll notice that it is actually Bernie at your door, and she didn't stay over the previous night.
Right.
She was just working late, but she's stopping by at an abnormally early hour of the morning. And she looks like she has been crying. And she sees you and she pushes the door open and just gives you a really big hug.
Yeah, he's just gonna just kind of hug her back and just kind of like, I guess, just start kind of like patting her back, kind of pulling her in to the room, kind of close the door and kind of just seeing like, kind of checking her first, see if there's like anything physically wrong with her.
Make a perception check as you kind of look her over.
Sure. Perception, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, she kind of looks all right. I mean, aside from like the, makeup running off of her face that looks like it had literally been applied not even like an hour ago, is already just running down her face.
Okay, yeah, he'll kind of like just kind of grab her by the shoulders and kind of push her about like a couple feet away and just kind of just like eyeing her, like kind of leaning down to her level, eyeing her, just like just kind of just looking at her questioningly, not saying anything, and just kind of just waiting for her to speak.
Yeah, she takes a few seconds to sort of compose herself. She just like, she has that look on her face like she doesn't know what to say or how to express what she's thinking or feeling. And she looks at you and her eyes sort of like steel a little bit. And she says, I just got out of a meeting with Alessandra.
Okay. He's just like not. He's just kind of nodding his head with her.
And Ziore, she came back from the docks yesterday afternoon, I guess, and she was informing Sho of about more of what happened, I guess, over this last weekend. I don't really. There was an accident and Claudia died.
His mouth just drops, just kind of watching her. Can like when just as soon as she says like died, and he like his mouth is just like his jaw just completely just slacks and drops. He's just gonna kind of pull her in, just squeeze her tightly. Did they? Is it just an accident? Did they say what happened or?
Sho said, yesterday morning he found out fairly early, and he sent Ziore down to ask around for more information, but he met with Alessandra yesterday afternoon, and then Alessandra met with us, and he said that she was the only casualty. I guess her boat capsized.
Oh shit.
While I was heading back into Efferencean waters.
Wow.
Nobody on the crew died. Just her.
Wow. I would know this. Because I would assume that Bernie and him talked about it. Were they like was Bernie and Claudia, were they close, or
they weren't super close, but I mean, because of what Claudia's position was, and Alessandra's relationship with Claudia, it's safe to assume that they interacted more than once.
Okay.
Just They weren't strangers by any sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He'll kind of just kind of give her just a tight squeeze and just kind of just push her back again, just that like couple feet distance, and just like what he's just stammering so much. Just what can I do? That's, oh my god, that's a lot.
I don't know. I just really just. I mean, I don't know. I don't. It just hurt seeing Alessandra like that this morning, and I didn't know how to handle myself.
Is the the empath in you seeing her that way made you? Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Well, why don't we go do something? Just something to either distract you, or just anything. Just a quick, even just 30 minutes, an hour, whatever. Just go get something. Maybe it'll help get your mind a little bit off of this. I mean, don't forget, but cheer you up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's gonna think, just their walks through the town and everything, it'll just be like a quick like 30 minutes, hour, something like that. Find some place for them to kind of hunker down and just like either make small talk or whatever, but just some sort of like coffee place, cafe, whatever the hell you want to say, like any sort of breakfast place. Just get her mind off of it and just, I don't know, however much it'll run me, but yeah.
Yeah, just a few silver pieces.
Sure.
Pretty easy.
Sure.
Yeah, easy enough. All right. On your way back to the academy, walking back into the academy proper, there is a disturbance seemingly going on. It seems like people are yelling nearby the academy entryway, and there's a few students grouped up almost like in a circle. And Bernie looks at you and she says, what's all the commotion going on over there?
How far away is it?
Probably like 15 feet away at this point. You're like, well, basically walking by it.
Got it. Can I make anything out with just the like what's being said and stuff, just by kind of
yeah, so getting a little closer and walking by, you know, it's very easy to hear. I mean, your hearing's good anyway, but you do hear somebody yell, fight, 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 fight.
Okay.
And then you hear somebody yell, kick his ass.
And you said we're like 20 feet away, something like that?
Yeah, you're really close, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna kind of just use his height and his like stat, like it's just his size, and just kind of like carve his way through the crowd to kind of see what the hell's going on.
Okay. Yeah, as you do, you see these two younger kids. I mean, I say younger lightly because you're all, you know, above age, but like first year students, very clearly. One of them is very noticeably beating the shit out of the other one, like absolutely curb stomping him. And as you make your presence known,
I've still got a hold of Bernie, so she's like right behind me. She's like kind of trailing behind. Yeah.
As you do, the kid his fist is bloody from punching this kid. He pulls back again to go hit him, and he locks eyes with you. And in that moment, the kid underneath that's getting the shit kicked out of him, like, spins out and just runs through the crowd away.
Did either of them look familiar to me?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Yeah, he's gonna kind of like straighten himself up and just kind of like carve his way through the rest of the crowd straight towards this kid, and just very loudly just kind of yelling at the crowd, just like just, oh my god, what's the word I'm thinking of? Oh yeah, just nothing to see here, everyone just get the hell out of here. And he's gonna just go right for this kid.
And he does not move. Like, he puts his hands up, like almost taken aback at your presence, and you're just very being, and everybody else just starts scattering, just like, oh my god, run.
Anyone that's here in 20 seconds, you're going to get what's the word for it?
Detention.
Detention, thank you. Yes, detention. Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh god. Yeah.
And he's gonna, and like this kid just got hands up, just kind of like
one hand is like covered in like blood, and but both hands are just like up, like, I'm willing to talk. Like,
Barney, you want to go after that kid, the other one?
She nods and says, I'll see if I can track him down. He'll probably go to the nurse's office with the looks of this one.
Yeah, I'll meet you over there.
Okay. And she takes off, and the kid wipes his face, and there's blood that was on his, hand that's now on his face, and he spits out some blood onto the ground, and he takes a breath and looks at you.
So, what's the what's the occasion here?
I know how this looks.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good.
No, it looks awful.
Really bad, actually.
Yeah, extremely. Yeah. Like you should not be in the school anymore with what you did. You want to explain what's going on?
Yeah. My name. Nice to. He looks down at his hand as he begins to reach it out, and he's kind of puts it back down. He said, "My name is Callan. Lauren. That other kid. That was Robbie Lulith.
Lulith?
Yes.
You said?
Yep.
Okay.
He's well, this is really a weird situation. I didn't expect it. Well, not that I'm okay.
Did you ever expect someone, from, the disciplinary committee or anything to actually like show up? Like, so you just thought that you were going to get away with what's going on here?
No, I was.
What's this about?
I was going to go to the disciplinary committee after this because, listen.
What happened?
So, Robbie got mad. Is getting upset because, his aunt Lixis, was, from Zested. He was getting upset because, the Lula family is about to get ousted from the Donmores because of his, his aunt's death a few weeks back. And, he's been trying to act all tough, and he's been pushing people around and bullying field kids here and there. And I got sick of it, and I told him to knock it off. And he said, we'll do it, tough guy. And so I did.
It's because of his mother?
His aunt.
His aunt, okay.
His aunt Lixis passed away recently. It was in the newspaper.
Right. Okay.
And,
right, I remember reading that now. Yep, okay.
And, I, not for nothing, but, I also recently had a death in the family myself. So, I don't think that having somebody die in your family is, a reason to act like an asshole.
And you beating the kid up is not being an asshole? Are you trying to play vigilante? What's going on here?
Why he was picking on some of the, kids in town, like some of the orphans in town, and he was being a jackass to them. And I told him to stop, and he said, well, do it, tough guy, like I just said. And so I did. And then I was going to go to the disciplinary committee afterwards and tell you guys, but then you showed up here, and now I'm explaining this while I have blood all over my hand that I wasn't expecting him to be such a pushover in a fight.
Yeah, there's a major order of operations here that was kind of mixed up. Like, just a good bit of shit. Like, instead of you saying, fighting this guy and him antagonizing you so that you both get in trouble, you walk away, you go to the disciplinary committee, and you do something about it then, instead of beating the shit out of this guy when we literally said multiple times, we will not, resort to violence as solutions. And here you are, resorting to violence.
Yeah.
You were here for the first month when the initial disciplinary committee was, beating the crap out of people to, get their way with stuff, to discipline people.
Yeah.
And this is what you're doing here. You think that's a good idea?
Well, no.
Right. Neither of you are in the right here.
I don't know. I thought that he was just...
You thought you would teach him a lesson. I get it. You thought you would teach him a lesson, and his face kind of softens and the aggressive tone goes away. It's just, You thought you would teach him a lesson by doing to him what he did to the kids. I get that, but that's not the way here at this school.
Yeah.
Now you both have to be punished.
I know I deserve it.
You do.
I definitely do, and my father paid a lot of money for me to come here before he passed, so I should have thought before I acted.
You should have. And for right now, he kind of just like wraps his hand around like to the like top of his back, like a little below the base of his neck.
Yeah.
And just kind of like puts his giant hand on this guy's back, and just like, right now, you need to get those fists bandaged up, and I'm taking you to the nurse. He just kind of just gives him a look, just this look of, I get it, I understand, but you fucked up.
Yes,
you're an idiot.
He looks on a little appreciative as you head off to the nurse's office. And as you get there, Bernie is waiting outside, and she sees you and sort of waves slightly, and she says, that other kid shook me loose, unfortunately. And he didn't stop here, so...
Did you know where he went, or...
No.
Shit. All right. He's gonna kind of like just coax the kid into the nurse and just kind of find the nurse and just be like, don't let him leave. He's he'll kind of explain the situation to the nurse.
Yeah, she nods and says, "Of course, I can keep him here."
Yeah. He kind of just looks at Bernie and is just, sorry, I'm asking a lot from you, but would you, if he's in the office, could you grab Hugo real quick and just bring him here, explain the situation? He explains it again to her.
Yeah.
What happened? For the sake of brevity.
Yep.
And just kind of gives her a hug and it's just like, I'm gonna try and find this guy, this kid. Where'd you last interact with him? Like, where did you last find him?
Well, I was chasing him down the halls of the first year dorms, but sometimes those can take some weird turns, and I think he just, outmaneuvered me, really.
And again, for the sake of everything, it's just, where specifically in the halls were you? And I'm assuming you saw him, and he kind of made his way somewhere.
It looked like he was making his way towards the courtyard, around the cafeteria area, but I can't be certain of that.
Sure, okay. You recognize him at all? I mean, his name is Robbie Luleth. Sorry. You by any chance know what? I don't know if you would know, if he knows his dorm or anything.
Well, if what you said is true about him being from Zestet, then no. I mean, we're pretty far from Asuka and Zestet are pretty far apart, so I'm not too keen on all the members of Donmore House.
Gotcha. Question to you. Yeah. The all the dorms and stuff, they're labeled names, right?
Yeah, the first years, yeah.
I'm gonna go find him. He kind of just mumbles to her over her shoulder or whatever. And just, I'm gonna go find him.
Okay,
I've got an idea.
Go get Hugo, I guess. And she,
yeah, thank you. And he
scurries off.
Yeah, he gives her a little peck on the cheek and is just, thank you. And he makes his way to the first dorms and is speed walking down with authority, just looking at all of the nameplates, trying to find this guy's name. I know she said that he went to the courtyard. And so he'll maybe make his way kind of scanning through the courtyard as well for this guy, but predominantly looking for his dorm.
All right. So you going down the first year dorms,
Yeah, kind of where she described. Yeah.
You do see a room that says Lulith on it. Lulith Inman is on the door, like Lulith slash then Inman.
Okay. Does it look like there's a light on in there, or is it like is the door like open?
Yeah, it looks like somebody's inside.
Okay. Yeah, just I can't even fucking do it right now. He's just knocking on the door.
Okay.
Just...
A few seconds pass and you hear a bit of shuffling inside the room, and the door creaks open lightly, and a kid sticks his head out.
Doesn't look familiar.
No, he says, "Hello."
Is Robbie here?
Nope.
Is this his room?
I don't think that I know a Robbie.
Can I check this guy? Like, just see if he's bullshitting.
Inside check? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Let's see. 17.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
Yeah, he's just gonna push through.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Sure. I'd love to. I'm gonna fail this. Never mind.
No.
Dirty 20.
You see his face, and he's got this like, nope, kind of just look on his face, and you're just unamused. You just push, and your weight catches him off guard, and he just falls flat on his ass, and the door swings open, and you see on the opposite side of the room, like cleaning a wound in a mirror, is the other kid, Robbie. And he spins in the chair and just looks at you, and his eyes go wide.
Hey. He's just watching him.
He doesn't say anything. He just sits there in his chair.
Don't stop on my account. I mean, you need to clean that wound. He just walks in and closes the door.
The other kid's still just sitting on the ground, like.
Yo, he's gonna help. He's gonna help this. He's gonna help this kid up.
The kid gets up.
Right him.
He gets up and he's like, "Hey, Robbie, I'm gonna go study in the library. I see ya," and he just leaves.
Good idea. He's just gonna go and kind of like just sit on the bed next to this kid, and just kind of eyeball him for a second. How much has he like cleaned his cleaned his face?
He hasn't gotten very far.
You know, the nurse would do better with this.
He
Just saying.
looks at you with a light scowl.
So you're both assholes, by the way. You and the other kid. Just going to start with that. Neither of you in the right here. He didn't deserve to beat you up. You don't deserve to. You didn't need to do the things you did. Why?
I don't need to answer to you.
You don't answer to me, and I can take this publicly to the rest of the disciplinary committee. Exactly what you did, because of the kids that you've been bullying, beating up, etc.
You don't have no proof. Who are you?
And he just straightens up further. And it rolls his shoulders a little bit and just kind of looks at him. So you don't recognize one of the heads of the disciplinary committee.
There's like a slight look of realization on his face, and then he steels himself. You could just be saying that. Trying to scare me.
Do I have any sort of identification actually of
Yeah.
me as, okay.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I thought so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be sent them on. He pulls it out of his pocket and just shows it to this kid.
Mind if I make sure it's real? Hold
How
down
are
a
you going to
hand.
check it's real? How would you know if it's real or not as a first year? Do you
Well-
know counterfeits as well? Do we need to investigate that too?
Why don't you? Is there a problem with letting me take a look?
No, go for it.
He
But
takes it
yeah.
from you and he throws it across the room. Get out.
he's just gonna grab him by the scruff of his shirt and just start walking to the nurse with him. Picking up his ID and just walk into the nurse with him. You had a chance to come with me without me, doing this, but now we're going.
Make a. I'll give you a choice: athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, fucking acrobatics.
I figured.
19. Dude,
Yeah.
my
Okay.
rolls are
Holy
wild
shit.
today.
Yeah, you're
Holy
killing it.
moly.
You're killing it. Holy crap. Yeah. Easy enough. You were able to drag this kid down to the nurse's office. He struggles the entire way and is unable to free himself as you enter into the nurse's office with this kid in tow. As he's saying, "Let go! You don't have the right to do this."
No, I do. Considering all of the evidence that I've, heard, I don't have any physical evidence. No, however, but this kid apparently saying that because of your aunt passing, you're doing all this shit for no reason. What are you trying to let anger out? What are you trying to do here? What's your problem? Trying to act tough here isn't gonna get you anywhere.
Not like you know anything.
Like I don't know anything. I have a twin. Had a twin. Not anymore. Not even a couple months ago. She was killed.
You want me to cry you a river about it? We all have
Do you want
lost.
to cry Yeah, do you want to cry a river? Do you see me going and beating the crap out of people for no fucking reason? He's in trouble too, and he points over at Robbie if he's still there.
You
Not Robbie,
mean,
sorry, Callan.
Yeah, Callan.
Yeah, Callan.
Cal-
Yeah, Callan. Sorry.
Callan nods
Yeah.
and he says, "Yeah, I'm taking my discipline like a man."
What's wrong with you, then, kid? Why do you have to do this? Stop acting tough. It's not worth it. It's just gonna get you in more trouble.
Well, like you, I'm not a coward, and I'll fight for everything that I deserve.
And what do you deserve? What do you feel that you deserve here? Recognition for being an asshole?
All of you people looking down on me. I'm sick of it. Walking around their streets and hearing those kids mock me. They're not mocking anyone anymore. Not after I showed them what's what.
And you think that's okay? To beat up some kids? And he looks over at Callan. How old were these kids?
He kind of like rolls his shoulders and he's like, I play like grade school? Like,
He just looks back over at this guy. Kids who have barely even lived, who don't know better. And you're taking insults from them? Aren't you supposed to be an adult?
are you still holding on to him?
Yeah.
Okay. He's
Yeah,
gonna,
he's like holding him, but he has him like set down on one of the
Yeah.
the like medical chairs or table beds. Sorry.
yeah.
It's like a light grip now, but like if he moved, he would tighten his grip.
Make another acrobatics check.
Sure. Go poorly. Yep.
Yeah, he smacks your hand off of him and he rolls over the back of the table and he runs over to the door and grabs the knob and turns and looks at you and says, "You don't know anything about me. You don't know anything at all. You're just asserting your power like a bully."
And you're the bully here more than us. You're the one who's bullying. You're the one who's causing all these problems. You're the one who's beating up children.
Yeah.
Literal children.
Well, you need to watch your back because I won't forget this.
So how fast would I be Because of my speedy feet, how fast would I be to make it from the bed to him? Like how far away is he?
Let's see.
Because I have 45 feet of movement.
Yeah, I mean, you're certainly faster than him on foot. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Let's do it this way. Roll a straight dex. Roll straight
dex.
Straight dex.
I got you.
Not good at all.
This
Okay.
is hilarious.
Yeah, he sees you go to get up and he kicks a bucket that's near the door and it hits you in the foot and sort of like trips you up as you go to get up. And he swings open the door and he books it out of the room.
So in the time, I'm probably regaining myself and like getting out the door. I could probably still catch up with him though.
Make a perception check to see which way he went.
Sure. Yeah, because I'm assuming I like face plant a little bit. 8. Okay, now the rolls are getting bad.
No, it's as you look out of the door, it seems like he's gone.
Okay. Looking left to right real quick. What do I see on both sides? Just in general, like
hallways, turns, going in multiple directions. The nurse's office is kind of like easy to get to from multiple areas, but also easy to run away. Like easy entry, easy access to get out to.
He's just gonna kind of like turn to this to Callan and just, do you know where he'd go?
Not really, no.
Right. He's just gonna go back into the room, close the door.
In a few
He can't
seconds,
go far.
A few seconds pass, and the door opens again. Hugo walks in, and he sees you, and he's like, "Oh, how's it going, buddy?"
He's just gonna point with one claw at Callan.
Oh, that kind of okay. Wow. All right.
Yeah, he'll start kind of explain everything, and he'll explain Robbie running out, what he was saying, basically just word for word everything that just happened, including the fight, to kind of give him a rundown of everything. And then he just ran off. He kicked a bucket at me, made me lose my balance, and I don't know where he went from there. So I just came back in, and he can't go far, so...
Wow. Jeez. That's something. Well, all right.
Yeah, and kids, dude. Not even, like...
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Well...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we could try to track him down. I could see about that.
Oh, this is his room number. He gives a number to him and everything. This is his room. This is his roommate, friend. I don't know. Was in the library.
Yeah.
What was the last name of the kid again?
Inman.
I don't remember. Inman?
Inman was the other kid.
Okay. His last name Inman, first year.
All right.
But he had this kid had some wild behavior about him, though. Robbie or whatever. He just, something's not right with him, and he feels everyone's looking down on him. It's something's up with this kid. I don't know if it's that. I mean, he's supposed to be sort of an adult, but it's some sort of rebellion, I suppose. That can't pass here. That's not okay. Nor is fighting.
You're right.
But him, he needs. What do you feel is the best action since he's here?
All right. Well, this is a real pickle that we find ourselves in.
It's a major one, isn't it? Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'll look into it.
Yeah, I might go find the kid at the library, maybe. But yeah, this was a morning for sure. I did not expect to happen. But neither of you are getting off scot-free. Neither you nor this Robbie guy. And honestly, you should be suspended. Kind of glances over at Callan.
He nods and says, "If that's the punishment, I'll accept."
But since this is the first time I've seen or heard of you over what would be my desk, how does 2 weeks detention sound? He kind of looks over at Hugo.
Hugo nods and says, "Punishment fits the crime. Maybe we could have him pick up some trash too."
Yeah, a little bit of a community service that would work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it again though. This vigilante work doesn't fly anymore in this school.
He shakes his head no and he says, "Absolutely not."
2 weeks detention, and every day after school, you're doing community service.
Accepted.
But 1 hour every day.
You got it.
He kind of just looks over at Hugo, just kind of just gives him a look. Just sometimes a job. Sometimes.
You know, it'd make things easier if we could just make everybody a little more compliant sometimes.
Right? He kind of just looks back over at Cal and just kind of gives him a little smile. Just, I would have done the same were things different, but it's just not how things are. He kind of just stands up and pats Callan on the shoulder, gives Hugo kind of like a side hug, and just find this Robbie guy, I guess. Let's make it official though, do the paperwork, everything like that, all that stuff. But
I'll take care of it. There's a few more request forms in the office, so when you stop by later or maybe even tomorrow, that'll be in there.
What day is it for us, by the way?
Right it's now? Tuesday currently.
Got it. Yeah, I'll be in the office later this week, so.
Okay. Well, it'll be there, so.
Yeah. Like give him a pat on the shoulder again, just. I'll see you soon, bud.
All
right.
Just
step out.
So you head over to the library, and much to your not surprise, that other Inman kid is not there. Even going back to their room, it is empty.
Was there like just a brief glance, not gonna go through their shit, but just kind of peek in real quick? Was there was it like messier than the last time he was there? Like,
it seems like rushed pack bag, like I'm gonna go stay at a hotel or something.
Gotcha.
Because I don't want to be here right now. This is kind of the vibe you're getting, like.
Gotcha. All right, yeah, he'll make his way real quick to the disciplinary committee.
Yeah.
And just kind of leave Hugo if Hugo's not there. Just kind of leave a note of just what he's observed, what's happened, like just make it all as official as possible, and just kid may have gone to a hotel, he may have gone to stay at a friend's, something like that.
Yeah.
But both subjects are missing, essentially.
Okay.
And just kind of leave it on his desk, and kind of leave a quick like chicken scratch copy of it on his desk, and just the situation and everything, so he doesn't forget. And kind of just make his way out and just do a big sigh. Just his whole body just slacks, and his shoulders kind of lower, and just it finally like him staying all straight, finally just.
And as you make your way out, you hear "Oh, hey, Sent, how's it going?" And as you look over, it is Rinko, actually.
He'll just kind of like wave over with one hand, and just kind of make his way towards her, or like actually right in front of the disciplinary committee. There's there's the courtyard area, and there's like the benches and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll kind of just kind of wave to her, and just kind of like wave to the benches, and kind of just have a seat, and he's just gonna like lean back and just, hi.
You good?
Kinda. Do you know the Lilith family?
Yes.
Robbie Lilith?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Lixus, I think. That's his aunt, right? She just recently passed.
Yeah. And again, quick little rundown of like what happened. Just fucking these kids beating up kids.
Yeah, that's messed up. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that though, because I'm in the middle of picking up scoops for Scandalass. So
yeah. Until this gets sorted. Once it gets sorted, I mean, you can write about it. But until then, let's keep it under wraps.
Yeah. Well, according to the chief editor, nothing is under wraps. So I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear any of that.
Understood. And kind of just gives her like a pat on the shoulder, just like, you're for someone who I thought would just give say all this information and just give it out to the paper and everything. You're pretty good at keeping secrets sometimes, so thank you.
That is kind of my job, so you're welcome.
Yeah. What are you doing here though? Like,
looking for Scandalass.
Wait, do you not know who they are?
No idea. They talked to us over this weird new Oskin device but the voice is all distorted, and that's the only conversation that I've ever had with them before. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. And they send in articles through an unmarked mail address from in town.
Huh.
And the chief editor, he's all hot and bothered about this stuff. I don't really know what it's about. I mean, great stories, I guess, but I just don't like it.
The anonymity is kind of weird, yeah.
It's a little strange. I kind of like putting my name on things that I'm pretty confident in.
Yeah, and if you aren't confident in it, then why
write it?
Anonymous.
Exactly. Why not just write fantasy? Oh, but anyway, my issues aside, why don't you just I mean, if this kid's all about this Robbie kid, you might be able to find him in the High Forest, his other half.
Ooh, the way he was talking was very
distorted.
Yeah, distorted, corrupted, whatever. It's not a bad idea. So why do you have any leads on this Scandalass person, by the way? I mean, might as well ask. Any leads?
No. I mean, if anything, maybe we could talk to the editor, but
well, think of it this way. Who in the school would have prototype Oskin technology?
It would be somebody from Oscar.
Okay, so that narrows it down to Oskin students.
Yep, you're right.
Who would have the funding to have something like that that's a prototype?
Be a noble.
Okay, so a noble Oskin.
Yep, you're right.
Why are you looking at me like this?
I've been down. I went right down this road already.
Shit.
And every road was a dead end. Everybody turned up clean so far. I mean, most of the girls, I should say. The way the writing, it just felt feminine to me. Which I guess, trying not to be sexist and saying, hey, a guy can't write this way, which he totally could, I guess. But
someone in touch with his feminine side, a little offended, but that's okay.
That's all right. Understandable. I don't know. I'm still looking.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna sound weird. Have you asked Bernie? It feels like that's something that she may do for fun.
You really think Bernie would do something like that?
I don't know. She does everything that she does, on her time off. But I mean,
maybe I will. Maybe I will ask Bernie. Yeah, maybe she knows something. She's pretty in touch with a lot of people. Weirdly enough.
Knows,
so
she is a social butterfly. I don't know. It's wild.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll give her a shot.
Speaking of Bernie, he kind of just kind of lowers in tone a little bit. Remember when we went to our palace?
Yeah.
I know you left shortly once we entered. Remember that necklace that I had gotten of when my sister died?
Yeah, you're not wearing it anymore.
Yeah. If something that's of someone else's essence, persona, whatever you want to say, gets lost or left in someone else's palace, would that have an effect on the person, you think?
Possible. I've never experienced that. Well, I shouldn't say never. Technically, I did give the Ice King the Ice Bane.
And it was in his palace, or?
Well, it was in Ionos, and I took it from Ionos, and I gave it to Leo.
And then it's okay. Yeah.
But
that
he
necklace,
he already had a palace, so I don't know how that translates.
Yeah, that's odd. I don't know, but yeah, the necklace got left there in her palace.
Okay, well, maybe I could ask Master about it. Maybe he'll have an idea.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
I'll get back to you.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. Well, I gotta go. I'm gonna talk to Bernie, I guess, and then I'll go talk to Master about your thing. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. And he'll kind of stand up, straighten up a little bit, and just give a big sigh.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever actually, talked.
Nice change of pace. I saw you. Might as well say hi.
Right. Yeah, you're always either with Flair, or it's all of us as a group, or...
She's been off and on all over the place this week so far, so here I am on my own.
Well, you could go find Bernie and just, talk if you want.
Yeah.
Just go, I don't know. Sorry, I got interrupted. My bad. Where did Rinko say that she was going to go? Sorry.
She's going to talk to Bernie, actually.
Okay, yeah. So it's like, yeah, he'll just kind of like accompany her then, and just kind of make her like go to, I'm assuming, Bernie's room.
Yeah. And so you do. Bernie doesn't seem to know anything about Scandalass, and Rinko leaves shortly thereafter. And that sort of wraps up your day.
Sure.
For that day. Wednesday rolls around. You have your midday, you go to the disciplinary office, and you are presented with 2 more DC issue forms. Bertram and Nora. I will give you a second to open them up.
Yeah. Sick. Bertram and Nora. Okay. Let's see. First year in the cafeteria, taken advantage of. Ooh, okay. I think I might be getting taken advantage of due to my family standing. Some of the kids I've been hanging around with recently only seem to be asking me for money. But I recently heard them talk badly about me behind my back. I asked them about it, and they told me that no one will listen to them if I tell. The leader is Vo, I'm assuming? Vo Morose. Okay. It's a first year. All right. Now let's see. Nora Efference. Oh, boy. Is in the cafeteria. What's the date? It's like the 2nd, right, or 3rd?
It is
of
the 4th.
The 4th of October. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this is like 5 days later. Got it.
Yep.
Or 5 days previous.
Yep.
He's in the cafeteria 5 days previous. One of the 4th years in the dorm room. Nice room. Room 420.
Yeah.
Saw an issue on the most recent Neutral Zone newspaper. Hate to admit it, but my socks have been going missing. As part of the missing sock case, I don't need my dirty launder literally being aired like this. Please track down Scandalast or speak with the newspaper and retract that article. It's good to have the information out there. Yeah, he's just gonna kind of look at that last one and just like, yeah, he's just gonna kind of look at it and just set it over on. Oh my god, oh my god, my brain, on Cecilia's desk.
Jesus Christ. The poor girl.
What? She's fine.
Yeah, she'll figure out who Scandalous is, surely.
Yeah.
And then Hugo walks in and he hands you the Robbie report, basically.
Okay. Yeah, he's kind of just leaving a note for Cecilia as he's walking in. Was just, don't worry too much if you don't figure anything out. It's a rumor. It's a rumor page. Don't. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so he gave the Robbie form.
Yeah, the Robbie report. I didn't make one up for this
Sure,
because
sure.
you know, you've basically just learned about it in game naturally.
Yeah.
So that
So
was
it's gonna be
also
basically just
handled
everything we
over
looked
there.
at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Or talked about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, and he'll set the Bertram one down. Let me look at it again. Sorry. Taking advantage of the family standing. There's Vomarose. Okay. Yeah, he'll kind of just like make like a chicken scratch copy of it for himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then set the form down on I'm actually gonna do this myself. I'm gonna roll a d4. 1 and 2. He's flipping a coin. 1 and 2 it goes on Elira's desk. 3 and 4 goes on Phelan's desk. All right, it's going on Phelan's desk.
Okay.
And he just kind of sets it down and just like just kind of like sits like and just like looks up and looks over Hugo and just, I mean, not as many as normal.
It was a quiet week. I mean, it was vacation week, so not many people
True.
had complaints. So
True. This one though, and he kind of points at the one about Nora, is just, it's a rumor article. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Sis has always been a little extra about those kinds of things. I mean, Sissy'll be fine with it, surely.
yeah, I told her not to, you know, make a huge deal out of it, not to, you know, worry too much. It's not that big a deal, I feel.
Yeah.
It's socks going missing. Who cares? Anything though about this Robbie kid that you found out, or is it kind of the same kind of deal?
He's been AWOL since we had him, or since you had him. So I've been hearing the guards actually contacted us that some kids were seen fighting in town. So he must be rattling around somewhere out there.
Yeah, give the guards his name if you haven't, and just the
All right.
info that's like a rundown of what happened here yesterday.
Gotcha.
Was it yesterday or the day before? It was Tuesday.
This yesterday.
Yeah, okay. Yes, yesterday, yeah. Just- what this kid's doing is not okay.
Yeah, it's not good. Okay, all right. I'll head out and I'll do that. You got it all locked down here?
Yeah, it should be fine. It shouldn't be. Doesn't look like there's too much paperwork. He kind of glances over at his desk.
Yeah. Doesn't look too
If
bad.
it's all, yeah. I should be done soon.
Okay. I'll see you later then.
Yeah, as he's walking out, he like as Hugo's walking out, he looks over at Hugo's desk. Is there like a ton over there too, or no?
Yeah, there is.
Shit. He's gonna spend time, because if it's not like a huge pile on his desk, he's gonna just spend time doing both piles.
Okay.
Yeah, lightening Hugo's load a little bit.
Excellent.
Probably like 2-3 hours, something like that.
Not bad. You're able to do
Well,
it.
because it's gonna be midday, so it'll be like he'll probably spend like an hour that day. And He'll
Mhm.
probably just take some of the forms with him and work on it at night at his
Back in
his
your room. Okay.
Yeah.
Easy enough. You were able to do that, and the rest of your week is pretty quiet. No signs of Robbie. The guards do report that they caught a glimpse of him but he has been evading capture so far. And Friday rolls around, and you are able to meet back up with the rest of your group. Unless you have anything else that you wanted to do.
Just when the guards come in to kind of report that like he's been evading capture, just kind of informing them was like he may be staying at some sort of hotel or something nearby. Just if possible, keeping an eye out that maybe he's staying at one of those. Might not be a bad idea to investigate the hotels.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, he's probably just jumping from place to place. If anything, staying with friends. I don't know. Maybe find regular spots that he's attending or that he's like coming in and out of.
Gotcha.
Maybe a way to find him.
Gotcha. Name will note that down.
Yeah, and I'll kind of leave like just maybe on days that doesn't have like too much going on, he's gonna just kind of like roam the town a little bit. Maybe take Bernie with him, going out, doing whatever. Kind of looking out for this guy. Yeah, exactly. Like
Gotcha.
going out to like meals or whatever, just walking around with her, just finding this guy if possible, and kind of letting her know it's like, hey, we're going out, but
secondary goal here.
Secondary.
Yeah.
This guy is beating up children.
Yeah, no kidding. But you are unable to. The guards are currently unable to. Friday does roll around. Monday morning, you wake up nice and rested. The hat doesn't actually seem to have worked. So now you know you need to be in a magical place for the hat to actually function as intended.
Never sleep in the normal world again.
I mean, hey, you just knock the fuck out,
True.
It's great for when you're like exploring the high forest and stuff.
Oh, true.
Want to take a short rest? Whoop.
A short rest? Wow, guys, I feel refreshed.
Oh my god. Got that elven blood in you? Maybe you could argue for a long rest at like 3 hours or something. Anyway.
True. There's so much argumental points. It's great.
Yeah. Anyway. So you wake up and you head off to Show's office for your weekly training, your normal, Monday, go to Show's office. You walk in to his office and you hear Ionos as you're opening the door, and she's, "Are you sure? Are you sure? What?" And Show just holds up his hand as you open the door, and she stops and she turns and looks at you. And she has this almost bleak expression on her face as she looks at you. And Show gives you a side smile as you walk in, and he says,
I'm sorry, did he smile at me?
It's like a melancholy, like
yeah, this boy doesn't smile.
Like,
that's my problem.
Come on.
All right then.
So you
close the door behind me, walk in, kind of just look at both of them, and well, what exciting news may you have today?
Shakes his head, and Iono says, "Not exciting news."
That was what I expected.
Well, Show, and she turns, and Show has a letter on his desk, and he says, "This is going to go out to all students tomorrow."
Your dad already approved it?
No, Claudia Ravenswood has passed away.
Our Claudia?
Yes.
Oh.
Her ship capsized on her way home over the last week.
What was the ship? What kind? I mean, they don't usually get reports like that.
Asuka rarely makes mistakes with their steam tech ships, and we had an agreement with Efrons to utilize steamships direct from Osca to ferry students, should they wish, back and forth to their respective homes at the port
I get
cities.
it's new, but they're all about quality. I mean, they
Yes.
test everything themselves. They put it through gruesome. I mean, that
Yes.
a ship to capsize. I mean, has an investigation team been out yet? I mean,
It's not that far, but there's... As far as I'm aware from the report that I've heard so far from the crew is that they don't know what happened. There was some kind of, I guess, disturbance underneath the ship, and next thing they knew,
underneath?
something in the engine area, which
So
they said it was perfectly fine before they left port. There's a thorough inspection at the ports before they
No
take off
survivors
every
then?
single time. No. Claudio
No.
was the
Damn.
only one who perished, unfortunately.
What? Okay, that doesn't. What?
Yes.
Wait. How does a ship full of people, a ship that capsizes, how does only but one person, and not to dismay the rest of the people, but of importance, die?
Hey, wish I had an answer for you. As far as I'm aware, she was saving somebody underneath the sinking ship and was able to save him, but not herself.
Oh.
I wish this was brighter news to bring you, but this is the cold reality of where we are right now.
Oh. Okay. That's. I mean, how far off port was she?
Around the halfway mark. They had not even an hour, maybe two, before they reached the coast of Efrons.
How do the survivors get out of there?
Another passing ship was able to fish them out.
Oh.
There was a
well,
nearby...
that's-
They go in, trips back and forth. And one of the ships on the return path saw the ship go over.
He's kind of just in dismay, looking at the ground, shaking his head. And how much does Zeph's sister know about the magic world? I forget if she has her own Persona stuff.
Cyrus's sister?
Yeah, Cyrus's. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
She's into it. I mean, she has her own persona. Like, she knows. Like, she knows.
Okay, so she knows.
Yeah.
Could this be another Leo situation? Not specifically him, but I assume you know what I'm hinting at.
Sho raises his eyebrow when you say that, and he looks at Ionos. And Ionos stands up and says, "No, this surely not. I don't think that anybody would be pulling the strings, right, Sho?" And Sho looks back over you, and he kind of narrows his eyes. "Do you know something about this that I don't?"
I mean, just putting it together, a dignified person, a person with incredible research on even survivability alone. I mean, we've gone to places together and their own routes to survive. I mean, they were a solo person that was able to do anything they needed to get done. They would not just die here. Saving one person would not... I get being noble and sacrificing, but she wouldn't need to sacrifice. They would both live. There would have to be some kind of intervention for someone of her standards to die. mean,
So what you're saying is somebody intentionally killed a student leaving our academy.
I wouldn't say it's out of the possibility. I mean, have you read the newspapers recently? The ones from before?
I have.
People are dying around here. It's not new, and it's weird, and it shouldn't be happening. So, for something... I'd have to investigate further. I'd have to know if she was working on something, if there was something worthwhile silencing her. Otherwise, why? I mean... but... I just... Saving one person for her to die... He's darting his eyes back and forth, trying to rummage through his brain, figuring this out, and just... No. I can't accept that. There's always rhyme or reasons for people dying mysteriously. He'll actually have a spark of rage when he says that, just in his eyes. Usually, there is always a reason.
Well, if you see fit to investigate this, then I won't stop you. Just
I'll do it
solve it.
silently.
Yes.
I don't want any more attention on here, because whoever could have taken them out will inevitably look at us. Also, not to change everything over, but did you tell people
Oh, about her leaving.
your sister? No,
Yes.
you did tell people.
No, I didn't, but I know what you're talking about.
Because there's only two other people who know, and it's you and her.
He reaches over to the other side of his desk and he grabs the newspaper and he flips it over to the back. Figure out who this scandalous person is and put an end to this.
He's Saka's gonna be so dark, man. He's gonna kind of smile with one half and just be like, to what end?
There will not be another scandalous article that comes out. This is not Academy appropriate material to be writing about.
And it's not from the newspaper, but the newspaper still puts it in. Why don't we just ask the newspaper people to not?
Because I have asked them, and the president said that he would not abide by my instructions.
I don't know if that ain't suspicious.
Hmm.
Scandalous, this was her only, or their only one here, right? I mean, scandalous, LASS, like a
Girl.
I mean,
Yes.
and this is their first article.
This is their first issue that I've seen.
And they somehow... Is your room bugged?
Oskin technology is advancing in such directions where you can, listen in from far distances, but that is new technology. It is not for public use. Our academy uses some of that in the auditorium, as you can see from, projecting my voice and others. But long distance reconnaissance isn't something technologically possible yet. So they would need to be nearby
she wouldn't say
listening.
anything, would she?
I'm
I don't-
not sure if she would or not. Maybe she
guess
was the
I should-
source.
I guess I should ask. I mean, if you didn't say anything, she's the only other person who could. Or someone heard, but we're in here, and that door's pretty thick, and I was whispering the other time. Actually, hell, we didn't even say the words. We just... Oh, man. 3 mysteries? By the way, you know about the new hires, right?
Yes. I have approved them along with the headmistress, yes.
He's gonna kind of just buckle up and just, okay.
Is there an
Yeah.
issue?
No, not at all. That is,
I would have preferred that, you had been alongside me while we were having those meetings,
well. Yeah.
but you had taken an unexpected vacation last week.
Oh, wouldn't you know? Unexpected to both of us, I might add.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Where did they come from? Maybe. Where did they appear from?
The new professors.
Yeah.
Alistor is from Azatar in Osca. He recently relocated to Efrance, and he has moved here since to teach health. However, Ollie is from Blydall, overseas.
Uh-huh. Gotcha. All right. So it doesn't suspicious you at all that they're coming from fuck, what was Al's land called again?
Azatar?
Azatar? No, Azatar isn't, that's not
They are a picture of health and wellness and entertainment. That is exactly what he's supposed to be teaching, and
right. But like, the head person over there being his sister.
yes, Mystic Ophelia. She's a very nice woman. I have had plenty of great conversations with her. She actually suggested him herself to me.
Oh, did she now? That's oof, okay. That's wonderful. I mean, what better recommendation than that?
Yes.
That's just,
And she will be
that's just
here.
perfect.
Did I tell you that she will be here at the end of the month?
For some reason, I feel like I should have remembered that. I feel like I did know that, actually. Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome. I will expect you to be in the meeting when she gets here. We are going to be meeting with her, the headmistress,
oh, yeah, okay.
right before the Founders Festival.
That's, what a perfect combination. That's, oh, he's just gonna be so stressed, written on his face. Just, how good are you at reading people?
I'd like to think that I am pretty exceptional.
Is that so? He's gonna look at, fuck, what's her name again?
Ionos?
Yeah, Ionos. Just, what do you think about his perception skills?
About show?
People? About people, yeah.
Oh, highly exceptional.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful. Sorry, I just had a week. Had a day, a week. How long has it been? That's... Yeah.
You've been gone a week, and when she says that, there is almost an underlying icy rage that you hear in her voice as she says, "A week."
Why is she mad at me? Oh, I apologize. Man, some of those moments in life where you sit there and you're just, damn.
Right, yes. It would have been nice, for perhaps, not so much you, but Cyrus to say something.
Oh,
before...
boy, would we have loved to. Yeah, that would have been nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would have been.
So you guys could have known where we were. That would have been. Ooh, that would have been helpful.
That would have been mighty helpful.
Would have been, yeah. Oh, I don't disagree.
If you see him, man. I'm looking for him.
Sure, I'm sure he won't hide from you. I don't think he ever would. Yeah, I'm gonna. Anything else you guys need from me?
Sho kind of shakes his head and says, No, you are free to go. I need to finalize working on this letter before it goes out to the student body tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Damn. Hey, look out for yourself, all right? Just some weird. I can't even say it. Hey, just be careful out there, all right? I know you always ask me to be careful, but man, this is gonna be a really weird month. I just have a feeling. So,
Right.
toodaloo though. I will. I'm gonna go find some investigation stuff out. I guess that's. Oh man, he's just gonna put his hands in his face as he walks to the door and just. Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah. You said next month she's coming, right? Next month.
This month. The end of this month.
The end of this.
Yes.
Right. We can't delay that at all. Right. Just
No.
curiosity. No, we shouldn't do that. No ship's gonna sink again, huh? Too soon.
She will be traveling by land.
Of course so. Okay. Good woman, you say though, huh?
Yes,
Good.
she's very kind.
Okay.
Her girls are at this academy, you know.
I didn't. That's wonderful. Better. I'm gonna go now.
Okay.
All right. This is great. This is wonderful, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I'll find out about Claudia because that's terrifying. Do we ever find about the pond and the dead people? Is that still? Nope. Okay. Cool. I just open the door, just back away.
Sho just kind of looks at you, and you just back away out of the door, and I don't know, turns around and says, "Don't worry about it."
Just close the door. And
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. So yeah, that's just wonderful. That's great. That's okay. Lovely. That's wow. I thought my nerves were gonna be good, but they are not. Okay. Let's I'm gonna go to Gage's room.
Okay. Yeah, you
I'm gonna just
burst
Yeah.
over to Gage's room, and as you are going to knock on the door just opens.
Hey buddy.
Master Everett, hello.
No women around, eh?
He
Not interrupt anything.
looks around, looks back into his room, and it's completely empty except for like his stuff. Would you like to come in?
I would love that, man. I would. He's gonna just
Very
take
well.
the door and take with his hand. I'll just keep that closed. He's gonna lock it. If there's multiple locks, he's just gonna go ahead. If you have any voodoo magic to make sure no sound leaves out of here, that would be great. Or we can go somewhere else if you think that's better.
This is Is everything all right, Master Everett?
No. Hey, let's drop the formalities. I'm stressed. Wow.
Maybe
Yeah,
some
where do
tea.
we
And he walks
start?
over and he
That would be wonderful, actually.
starts
Yeah.
pouring cups of tea, and he walks over and hands you a cup.
He's gonna get a chill from his spine. Actually, hold up. Can you say he's gonna walk over to him and pinch his cheeks and just try to kind of pull it against them just to see if he's a skinwalker or something. You are Gage, right? You're this
Master
is you.
Master Everett,
Yeah. No, I'm just okay. He's
You
gonna drop his
know.
hands. This is, I just.
Is everything all right,
Damn.
sir?
No. I was getting myself collected, and I was getting better, and it was something for sure. But everything's catching up with me. I just regained memories from a week that I only had maybe a few hours, if an hour actually, even to really reconcile.
I see. Perhaps
Yeah, so
perhaps the sex ed book is what we need. You're having
No,
trouble
no,
remembering.
Let's have is there a death book? Can we summon death and talk to him and talk this out? I think that would be great, actually. Maybe like a seance or something. Yeah, I how many nights were we trapped in there? Like 4?
Yeah, you were well, you were in there from
Or like how many jazz nights did we pretend in?
4, I believe 4 jazz nights.
I think it was like 4, yeah.
Yeah.
So I died 4 times in the last time's weird. I don't really understand.
That seems like a cause for concern.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I mean, I was gone for a week. Did that seem out of the ordinary? I just disappeared.
While
you
you were out, there was a letter for you, Master.
Oh no.
And
Okay, you know what?
he walks over to his desk and he turns around.
Yeah, no, just before I open up, let's just get more shit going.
Well, you've been invited to that new club in the red light district.
Yeah, with the Lotus, is that what it's called?
Lily's.
Lily's, right?
Yes.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
Apparently
Cool. What's it say?
Oh, it just said that the owner, Alistair, the new professor, the new health teacher, liked some of your work during the fighting tournament and wished for you to come to his club for a meeting. Don't worry, I did some background research. What were you saying?
No, you're good. I have like a 2 seconds of relief on my face when he says art of my work. I'm like, finally, someone takes notice. It's like, yeah. But then it goes back to like, oh, no. It's Alistar. You said now something about what now?
I did a background check on him.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He seems like he is on the up and up. He's a very successful businessman. An upstanding citizen. He's currently involved romantically with Flair's mother, which was an interesting tidbit of information that I learned.
Mm-hmm.
And
where'd you learn that about, actually?
in the newspaper.
You also the newspaper. Okay, that's great. Okay, so let's just talk about him for a second. Did you see him, specifically see him?
I have not seen him yet, no.
You haven't laid your own 2 eyes on him.
He supposedly came in the last few days and set up for classes. I failed to attend health class this morning, though.
Fair enough. We're gonna do something. We're gonna go to that invitation soon, and you gotta be in my shadow. He's gonna know you're there.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you know. He will know you're there. Yeah, but it's okay. I just want you to see him with your own 2 eyes, and he's probably gonna be like, I know you're in the shadows, and then he's gonna have you come out and whatnot, and yeah, it's gonna be a whole thing, and everyone's dramatic, and God, everything's so predictable now that I think about it. Anyways,
So wouldn't it be better if I just attended you as a normal butler?
you know what? Some normalcy. That's great. I like that. This is why you're the best. Normalcy is what I need right now. Let me catch you up real quick. Faye went missing. Is there actually any devices that could hear us in this room? Like, should I be worried? Like, do I perception check? I don't know.
You can make an investigation check.
An investigation check, sure.
While you're talking, you can
No.
look around. You have no idea.
No idea. I hate that dice too. That is gross sounding. Hold on, give me a second. Let me just not have that happen.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, can I go back to my character? There we go. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Faye went missing. We went to go find Faye. Found this Lotus place. Very cool place. It wasn't very cool after we knew that we were dancing ourselves to death every night, which was 4 nights in a row, until we finally found out the puzzle that a demon was playing on us. And then we finally broke free from that because of the help of other magical people. And then eventually we came back here, where I learned that a lot of time had passed, actually more than I was hoping for. And then death, more death out here. Claudia, you know Claudia. Yeah, well, you knew Claudia. She's dead. Yeah, that's like the two main things. Oh, I was gonna get married. That was supposed to be a secret, not a secret no more, by someone, which we're gonna find out who. So, yeah, how does that wrap up things? You have questions?
I wish you would have consulted me before your nuptials.
My what? The marriage thing.
Yes.
Because you don't believe in me?
Oh no, I do.
Oh, that's
I'm just saying I
sarcastic.
could have given you some pointers on things that I've read about. And he pulls out a book asking
Oh, no.
to marry for dummies.
Okay, that's where I'm in your eyes. That's wonderful, actually.
I'm
you know
just
what?
looking
That
out
brings
for
me
your
back to sanity.
best interest.
No, you're absolutely correct. This is what I need right now. Thank you. I love this. This is
All right.
yeah. So we need to find out a few things. Mainly, who's scandalous? No idea. Interesting information about that. The head of the newspaper bureau said, no, we're not going to take them away. We like their spicy stuff. And so that's a little bit suspicious. Probably can start there.
Have you spoken with Lady Rinko yet?
Yes, actually. And she has no idea.
Perhaps I will question her instead.
Not going to ask how. Okay. Cool. No questions about Claudia being dead?
It is within expectations that some people will die along your path, and it is best to take things in stride and keep it inside sometimes. If I have questions, I will ask about them. I would ask how it happened, but I would not aim to dig deep into perhaps how you are feeling about the situation.
Capsized. Yeah, everyone lived but her. Yeah,
Would you like me
Little,
to...
a little weird.
The boat capsize?
Yeah. Yeah, one of the steamboats, actually. Passed flying colors for checks before they left, and hour or two out from their destination, just boom.
Would you like, Master Avrif, if I were to investigate one of these boats? Perhaps I can learn a few things about how the inner workings of the engines work, and see if there would be a reason why one of them...
See if it has to be sabotaged. I mean, for the whole thing to capsize, I mean, I would assume they have some kind of equilibrium device inside of that to make sure that doesn't happen. But if that's the case, then I would... Yeah, I mean, I guess question Rinko, if Rinko goes dead. Well, not dead. We don't need more death. If that trail goes gone.
Cold.
Cold. There you go. Let's go with that, and then we'll keep researching Scandalous. Otherwise, yeah, if you want to go get a job as a fisherman to find your way inside and find the boat, by all means, man, if you got the time, have fun.
A lot of my time is spent taking care of you, Master Avrif, so it would be on your leave.
Taking care of me. Okay, that's fair. Well, let's do this then. You're gonna come with me. We're gonna go to the Lilies, and then we're gonna go talk with a man, and you're gonna instantly know what's wrong. Okay, I'm not even gonna spoil it for you. I kind of want to see your face. I'm not gonna lie.
Very well.
I'm trying to hide it either. I want
See
the shock
everything.
there. Yeah, absolutely. And then you do Rinko, investigation on Scandalous, and then boat. Just don't put yourself too thin, And again, the golden rule. You sense danger, get the heck out of there. No information's worth your life, okay?
Understood.
All right, I like it. Let's go do plans, because the only way I'm getting rid of what I'm feeling is if we start doing stuff.
Of course.
If you wait today, we can get something on the way there. We got to pass by the district anyways.
Very good.
All right.
All right.
We're going to go walk to the
Lilies.
Yeah.
The Lotus.
Really put some brain energy to make sure I didn't call it wrong again. Yeah.
All right. So you go. You're off. You're there. Boom.
Cool.
Right out
We
front.
grabbed like a skewer on the way there. We're
Yes.
just
Easy.
nomming that away.
Nomming up.
All right. Ooh, convenient trash can.
Yeah. Whoop.
Put that in there.
Get in there. You walk right by the Naughty Elf, and there is somebody posted up outside the Naughty Elf who kind of is watching you as you walk towards the lilies, and they have like a scoff on their face as they walk inside the Naughty Elf.
Were they like a worker?
It looks like they were probably a worker from the Naughty Elf, and they're not pleased that another business is opening up that is similar to theirs.
Yeah, just taking their customers. Yeah, that makes sense.
And you walk up to the lilies, and it looks like it is very much still being worked on. The opening date, grand opening is this coming Friday, so like a lot of the signage is saying grand opening this Friday, come 7 p.m. Yeah. You walk inside, and standing behind the desk is this very well-dressed man. He has like slick, short blonde hair, and he's wearing light glasses. And he pushes them up, and he looks at you, and he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We're not quite open yet. We'll be open this Friday, unless you're here for the bouncer position."
I sure am.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, very nice to meet you. I'm Jonah, the
Nice to meet you, Jonah.
front end manager of the of Lilies. And you are.
Oh, I'm. Fuck, what name do I use here? Alfred would suss me out. I don't want to use Golem. Do I have a third name?
Do you,
Is unironically Mr. Fister? I guess.
Mr. Fister?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just. You may know me as Mr. Fister, actually.
Oh, from the tournament.
Absolutely.
Yes, we have been expecting you. Oh, I'm so glad that you're here.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for your arrival. I assume this is your butler, whom we delivered your missive to. I'm so glad that you're here. Alistor, the owner, has been expecting you. You can go right down that hall, up the flight of stairs, and his office is on the left. You'll see it.
Sure, it's not
It
down
says-
a flight of stairs.
He wanted to build down, actually, but we have other surprises for that. I'm sure they'll keep you
Oh.
involved in that. So just
I
head up on over that way, and he'll see to you.
Sounds good enough for me. And away we go.
And away you go. You walk up the flight of stairs, and you turn left, and you see this very elaborately designed wooden door. The wood looks super old, and there's this engraving of a beautiful lily, and inside of it says owner Alistor on the door itself, and there's this big knocker on it to knock on the door.
I guess we're knocking.
Okay, you knock, and a few seconds pass, and you hear, "Come in."
Open the door and kind of walk in a little bit slowly.
Yeah.
Very slowly.
You hear smooth jazz playing throughout the room.
Of course, you would have that on, wouldn't you? My favorite health teacher.
And he looks up as he sees you. Ah,
Ta-da.
I'm so glad that you're here. I've been...
Yes. Wow. First time eating. Crazy how that works, huh?
Yes, of course, the first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
You-
excited that you accepted my invitation after we had just ran into each other the other day.
Oh, just a little funny coincidence. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Well, the reason that I have asked for you to come to this fine establishment.
Can I look at my butler's face? Can I look at Gage's face?
Yeah,
Is
you
there
look
anything-
over.
Is there anything different?
Make an insight check.
Fuck. Come on. Okay, not bad.
You hear like this sharp inhale of breath when he locks eyes with Alistor. And then there's like this, his eyes open a little wider, and then they slowly droop back to normal, like he's noticed something is off, but he has just locked it inside. Like,
Come on, that's it. Come on, man. Oh.
he's
Right.
locked it up.
Oh. He's gonna look at him and just smile and just, damn it. All right. Well, are we gonna facade in here as well? Or are we just gonna?
Oh, no, this wide out in the open. If you have anything to say to me, nephew, I just wanted to officially have a sit-down conversation, finish our conversation from the other day.
Could have done that well before you put me in a little loop. But yeah, you know.
See,
Did you know I was gonna be there?
in the time loop, heavens no.
Who was it meant for then?
Whoever fancied the pass.
Just anyone.
Yes.
And
Well,
then
any-
anyone wanted to solve it, and then that was it. Like you would keep going over and over and over again until someone solved it.
Until I got bored.
Okay, that's probably what I expected. I didn't know it was me. We've never met before. I mean, how would
You have a specific stench about you, Avarith.
that's? People have been saying that lately, and I'm getting self-conscious. I'm not gonna lie with you. Okay,
Yes.
take a shower.
Well, you need to hide your essence a little more than you do.
I don't hide my essence. Is that? He's gonna kind of look at Gage. Is like, do you have a book on that? Is that something else, like a how-to?
Oh, if you're looking to learn, Al says as he sits forward a little more, your uncle is raring to teach you all the ins and outs that you need.
Can I insight check?
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Seems like a very genuine offer.
Really? Okay. What makes you so excited about teaching me, though? I mean, I was pushed away from your family. I don't even know much about.
Oh,
my
it's
mother.
exactly the reason. You are
This is
an
catch-up time.
an uncut gem, my
That's-
nephew.
Okay, probably the nicest thing someone said about me in a long time, I think. Okay. I would ask a favor, though.
A favor.
Yes.
All right.
My, butler here, Gage. Hello, Gage. This is Al. Al, this is Gage. He's recently... Well, you can probably see, I would assume. I don't know how that really works. Would you be able to show him a few things as well?
Smile cracks across his face. Nothing in this life is free,
Oh,
nephew.
okay. Was me free, though? Like, you were going to teach me for free, or was I also going to have to do something for that?
You would also have to do something for it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's get to that then. Businessman at heart, huh?
Always. Now, some things can be monetary, and we can talk about that, but rest assured, believe me when I say, you and I aren't enemies.
Okay.
We're not going to fight each other, regardless of what you may feel about my sister. Her and I don't exactly see eye to eye, as we talked about previously.
And you know she's coming next month.
Of course.
This month, actually.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But
I've never met her before.
it's all right. But rest assured, I am a middle party, let's say. Neutral. I'm just here for fun and games. I'm here to teach the young about their health and desires. And just see that everybody has a fun time.
Mm-hmm. I believe you. I don't, but I will say that I believe you. So.
Yes. And you and your friends were actually somewhat entertaining, if I'm being at all honest.
Thanks.
And you can rest assured that, should I get that bored again, that I will seek entertainments from you again. Perhaps in a different way, because I did say that I would leave your little friend alone.
My little friend?
The time one.
Oh, right. Yes. Right. You said bored? What do you mean by bored?
Exhausted, bored.
Oh, when you get bored again, you
Yes.
will seek entertainment. Okay, well,
But
okay.
perhaps you can sate that entertainment. Why don't you follow me? And he stands up from his desk. And he walks around the
Okay.
desk and he walks towards the door, walking past you. Follow me.
All right.
And he leads you down the flight of stairs and he gives a nod to Jonah on the way by, and Jonah smiles and nods as you walk by, and you walk through this room where you can only assume this is like the bar area because there's bars and, you know, tables and
Yeah.
stuff. And you walk through and it's like this weirdly set up room that looks like there's being like beds and chairs and stuff. And he says, never mind this room quite just yet. This is for the proclivities to take place. And right here. And he opens a side door after that room, and there's a stairwell leading downward. And he says, follow me. And you walk down, spiraling,
Invitation.
spiral staircase down, opens up into this big room. There is almost like bleacher style seating going all the way around. And in the middle, there is this circular opening with sand in this pit.
Mm.
And he walks over to the railing to lean into the pit. And he looks down into it. How do you feel about an underground fighting pit?
Oh. You know, unironically, away from everything you've done, this is impressive.
Yes, I had it built exclusively. And between us, the guards know some things about this, but not the whole of the situation. So I do appreciate the hushness and the situation.
Of course.
Now, there's a little bit extra to this.
Do indeed. He's like totally like immense, like involved in this now. Like everything else went out the window.
Yeah.
He is so focused on this.
He he steps over the railing and hops into the sandpit, and he says, come down.
Don't do the same.
And you hop into the sandpit, and he walks over to the wall, and he puts his hand on the wall, and you watch as this shimmering globe goes up and over the top of the pit. And suddenly,
Do I recognize this from the arena?
yes, you are in your
Fuck.
palace attire.
Oh, that's
And he says, certain situations may arise where perhaps you can use this as a training ground for yourself, should you wish, with more
kind of look at Gage.
challenging
It's like,
opponents.
you know, this might be good for us, Gage.
And Gage kind of
And
raises an
one-
eyebrow.
We had one real battle together, technically.
Nods his head. Yeah.
Hmm.
And
So why help?
Al walks over to you as you say, "Why help?" And he smiles and he says, "For entertainment."
So you want to watch me fight things progressively more and more?
Of course. And, you know, I can bring in creatures of varying degrees, surely, but there is another service I'm willing to offer you.
Uh-huh.
If you allow me, and he taps you in the forehead,
Oh no.
access into that dome. I can pull out specific memories, specific ideas, and bring back previous opponents that you may have faced that have given you hardships and allow you to retry.
What else would you get by accessing my dome?
Entertainment.
No. But what else do you get to see?
While I'm searching whatever I deem, whatever I desire.
Hmm.
But that is completely up to you. You don't need to allow me access, and should you wish, you would only allow me access to the portions that you would want me to see regardless. Say there was a fight that broke out between you and those hellhounds, and you wanted to fight said hellhounds once more, and he reaches up to his mind and he draws this sort of sigil on the side of his forehead, and he begins to pull out his finger, and this strand comes out, and he lets it go loosely, like he's going to throw it, but it's like a soft like release of his hand,
Yeah.
and the strand flows to like the other side of the arena, and it formulates into this almost ethereal looking hellhound, and he says, "Just like that."
Well, that's... Yeah, with a flick of your finger. Huh. Well, this could be fun and horrifying and traumatizing all in one. I mean, you got the complete package.
Just a bit of fun to keep me from getting bored.
But why here? Why come to the central city?
Why not? This is where all the
Why?
fun is located. This is the hub of everything going on in this country, in this, well, this continent, I should say. All of the hotbed of the young nobles from everywhere. Why would I not come here?
Yeah, I mean, entertainment perspective, that does make sense.
And plus, it was suffocating back in Azatar. I barely snuck through the veil as it is. And if I'm going to be stuck in this place, then I'm going to be stuck doing something fun.
You snuck through the veil.
How do you think I got here to begin with?
Does the veil not exist in Azatar?
Oh, it does. It exists everywhere. The veil originated in Azatar, but there are ways through, and I have gotten through, but now I can't get back out because... well, frankly, right now I don't want to anyway, but it's rather difficult to get out unless I want to fight my way out through select people. And, causing massive hole, which I will say there are beings out there that I do not want knowing about this place, this location, because then my entertainment would significantly decrease with their watchful eyes.
Kind of like the centipede dude.
Sort of scathes when you say that. Specifically that flea.
Right. You killing one recently? Besides us?
Raises an eyebrow. What are you referring to?
Death in the waters.
I haven't been at the ports. I've been dealing with you and meeting with your headmistress and your president and setting up this place. I've been far too busy to kill anybody, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, so you would want to kill someone.
Should it pique my interest?
Okay, that's fair response. Okay. Yeah, well. So, in due sow seed of help that is no free and never will be. What's the price?
To fight past enemies, monetary.
And to teach me the ways of, what are you calling that? Essence? What is essence?
So people can't smell you anymore.
Why? What are people smelling, mind you? I mean,
He pulls back his hair and the horns begin to grow. They're smelling you.
I mean, that is how you smell. I don't.
Your
just oblivious.
essence, your demonic essence. The one your butler
looking at
leaks
Gage.
ever so freely as well.
Oh, so because he's in my shadows, I smell. Okay.
Sure.
I gotta be careful about that, I guess.
And the horns go back in and he snaps his finger and the dome drops and you go back to your normal clothing.
That's
And he
cool.
looks up and he says, "Butler, throw down the ladder." And the Gage walks over and he says, "This one?" And he tosses it over. He says, "After you."
Right? He'll go.
Yep. And he climbs
So you
up
seeking a
afterwards.
champion of this place, or what are you trying to?
Eventually, there will be a champion, but the price that you will be paying for learning certain techniques from me will be service of working
Service. Oh, like a job.
here. Yes.
Okay, like what? What type?
You will be the bouncer for the front. You will be in charge of teaching my young and coming bouncers from Azatar that I have been handpicking, and you will teach them how to properly throw a punch and defend against degenerates that would otherwise destroy my establishment.
Okay. So a filler position until your Azatar folks get in here, then.
Yes.
Okay. Does Ophelia know I'm alive?
Yes.
How is she so sure?
And he kind of squints and he cocks his head. How is she sure that you're alive?
Yeah. I mean, alive, sure, but where I would be here, I mean...
Easy enough to guess considering you're standing.
Even if that was all bollocks anyways.
Anyways, this has been a lovely meeting, and I'm glad that you accepted my invitation and accepted what I have presented before you. But I must get back to the academy for the afternoon courses. I am a illustrious professor of this fine academy, and I would hate to be late for my second class on my first
He's
day.
rolling his eyes. Right, Professor. Right. I could forget. All right, well, thanks for showing me. He's gonna wave his hand to the dome. That's one thing off the checklist.
course.
All right. Well, good luck with your classes. I will. Oh wait, what day is this today?
It is Monday currently.
It is Monday. Okay. I will. I guess be seeing you again very soon.
You will be.
Wonderful.
And away you go off back to the academy or wherever else you wished to go before you or no, I'm sorry. Your training with Komi and Kiyama was after all that.
After all that, yeah.
So you went and trained. The day came to a close. And after diplomacy class on Tuesday, as you walk out, you hear
Get my turning around slowly.
you see Sharina kind of posted up against the wall.
You look fabulous.
Flattery will only get you so far, but Avaref,
Hello?
I read something in the newspaper.
So did I.
And
I was about to find you.
I wanted to ask, why did you jump the gun?
I was going to ask if you perchance did that actually.
Great, so that means somebody overheard our conversation.
Somehow, some way. I already talked with Sho and that wasn't it, so. But I don't know how. I mean, I looked,
Well.
I heard, I saw, there was nothing, no one.
Well, I didn't say anything, so, and
Neither
if
did I.
you didn't say anything, and Big
Why don't
Brother
we
didn't
just
say
say
anything.
it's not. No, we can't say that either. Damn it. I was gonna say maybe we could say it's like, haha, not true, and then we could like whiplash them, and then in a few months be like, ta-da, you know. I don't really know.
She's gonna look around her, and you see people are walking by, like looking at you guys. There are girls that are walking by, sort of giggling, be like, "Oh my god, they are together." And just like, you know, the typical like high school bullshit when rumors are spreading. Yeah. That's all going down as people are walking by, and she looks at you and she kind of like rubs your face and says, "I just sent a letter to my father, and he no, it's fine.
I mean, we could just.
Did you send a letter to your parents at least?"
Did I?
Did you?
Shit, I don't think so. I'm waiting to hear back.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
this is gonna spread like wildfire through
Oh, it already
every
has.
nation past us now that this is in the Neutral Zone newspaper, so I'm sure that it's already spread to, well, everywhere. So,
I mean, do we want to denounce it and then
No.
act like we hate each other?
Well,
and,
I don't really see a reason. I mean, so what? We jumped the gun, right? Like,
Well, I mean, your father seems like an upset man usually.
I mean, he can be, but Sho is in charge of, you know, my marriage situation, so perhaps he will assume that Sho gave his blessing before letting my father know.
Okay.
And or maybe we could just say the letters got lost in the mail and we thought they knew.
You know, I like that idea. Lost in the mail. Whoopsies. You know, say we're waiting back on them or something. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that one. He's looking like he's like jotting that down. Like, you know, lost in the mail. Got it. Yeah. Well, this is. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it was going to happen regardless. I just a little bit sooner and weirdly happened. I don't. Do you have any idea who this person might be?
Not the fondest idea.
I mean, we were alone.
We
and
certainly
everything was
were.
closed, and we didn't even say the words. I mean, it would have had to be.
I thought it was pretty, like,
I mean, yeah, you could put two and two together, but like.
well, no, I thought it was pretty, like, clandestine. Like, I thought we were being pretty secretive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whew.
Well, well, all right.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
step at a time. I guess I'll go talk to Sho and
Okay.
see where things are at. And
I'm
it's not
gonna-
good, but I guess we'll take it in stride.
Not okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Well,
not good.
it's not good that it got out early because
No.
we wanted to control the narrative, but now the narrative's been taken from us. So
Well, I mean, not really. Only the base narrative's been taken away from us. We can narrative it up our own way with an official announcement. Those were rumors, so,
that's true.
it's not the end now.
That's true. Okay. Okay. I'll talk to
Yeah.
Sho. I'll talk to Sho.
Okay,
And
sure.
we will go from there, I guess.
Question to you, is the news out about the Claudia thing?
Yes, it is. It
Technically?
is
Okay.
it has been just released this morning.
Okay, so people may or may not have heard about it.
Yeah. It's like
Okay.
if people have seen the posted letter on the bulletin board, or not.
What a fast release. I guess they'd have to make a release faster than sooner than later, but
Yeah.
okay. All right. You checked the bulletin recently?
Yeah, that's so sad.
It is incredibly sad, yeah.
I just can't believe she's gone. She was so smart.
It really was. Can you do me a favor and avoid any boats for now?
Yeah. I mean, I go by land usually anyway to get home, so
That's good.
that's
That's
fine.
good. All right. That's good. Well, I'll talk to Sho, find out what you can, and I'll do my own Avarath things, I guess.
All right. Well, I know that usually studying at this time, so I won't hold you, but maybe this. Well, I was gonna say maybe this weekend we could go to lunch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be fine. I
Okay.
mean, we got plenty of choices.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. I'll see you then.
Well, I mean, see you before and then.
Yeah.
I give a faint smile.
Yeah, and she smiles as well and walks away, and people are still giggling and laughing as they watch on, as
Intimidation
As-
check now.
as kids do.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
that wraps up the encounters that I had planned for you for the weekdays.
Ooh, hold on. Let me check my notes to make sure there's nothing else I wanted to do.
Okay.
Nope. Done. Oh, the fish.
Metal fish.
Does the fish work?
Yeah, and still works. Joseph
Really?
still is
Wow.
working in the bottle. Yeah, he still works.
What beauty.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so sleep cap doesn't work. Joseph the fish works. The map is it just like unlegible or like what?
It is incomprehensible. You have no idea what it leads to, or where
okay,
it is. Like it's.
I don't know. So I know nothing about it.
Yeah, it's like there's a location, but you have no idea where that could possibly be.
Do we have like a scroll technician like shop or something?
I mean, we could probably ask somebody in the council about it. I mean, maybe like the historian or something.
Oh, the
like
historian.
that.
I've talked with the librarian
The
before.
librarian, yeah.
Maybe can I make a quick visit to the librarian? Or do you want to wrap it up here?
No, you can definitely go. I was gonna say, the historian Sharina is literally an aide for the historian.
Oh, wait, Shireen. Oh, she is.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
shit.
literally on the council for that.
Oh my god. Wait, maybe I'll just like before she leaves. Oh, Sharina, actually, the historian.
Tiki.
What's your judgment? Yeah. Wait, sorry, Tiki.
She's the historian. Her aide.
So that's not my sister, is it?
No, Tiki Rune.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, is she open to talking to new people?
Avra, if I'm you,
Not
you're
that
the,
way. No.
No. You're the
Uh-oh.
your show squire.
Oh.
Go-
I'm not new people.
Go talk
I'm-
to the historian.
I'm. Yep, that's still gotta get used to that. Okay, I'm gonna go do that now.
Okay.
No.
And off you go to the student
She's
council
so right for
office.
that though. I'm not new people. I'm the complete opposite. Oh no.
Quite literally. All right, off you go. You make your way. Historian office. You're there.
Knock, knock, knock.
Come
Doors
in.
already open. I'll just go. Open the door.
You see Tiki, and you recognize Tiki. You know that she is Hugo's girlfriend.
Oh, when did that happen?
Beginning of the school year.
Oh wow.
That's when
Okay.
you found that out.
Oh, very nice. I don't think I've met Tiki then before, right?
You sort of have, yeah.
Okay.
And she looks
Sort of
up and she sees you and gives you a smile and says, Avra,
Hi.
how may the historian office be assistance to the squire?
Is anyone else in this room?
There is somebody else in the room.
Who else is in the room?
There is a young girl working at one of the desks, and she looks over and smiles at you as you walk in and says, do you want something to drink?
Good for right now. Who are you?
Elsie Watson. I'm an aide.
Elsie Watson. Oh. Well, thank you for your help in assisting everywhere.
Doing my best.
As we can ask. Tiki, what's your knowledge on maps?
She takes a deep breath. Well, I guess it depends. Are you asking about cities, mountain ranges,
What about unmarked
towns?
locations? Trying to piece together research on finding out
This for
where that could be.
what is show have you doing now?
He's a mysterious man. Who really knows, you know?
Show me the map.
He's gonna walk over to the desk and take out this scroll and just kind of lay it out.
Oh, what the heck is this?
I asked myself the same thing.
You're not serious right now.
Do you know what this is?
Where are there's nothing marking where this is
Oh.
supposed to be.
No,
It's just
yeah,
what is that a
I mean-
tree? Like
hours I looked at this thing and couldn't make a bet. You know, I burned out my noggin.
maybe a waterfall? Oh my god.
It's
When do you need this by?
yeah, I don't want to rush you. You know, logic and knowledge and all that takes a while. Do you have a week or such?
You want it in a week? I guess is this for the Founders Festival? Is that what this is for?
It's a surprise for the festival.
Okay. Well. All right.
So keep it a little bit on the wraps, but at the same time, don't talk to anyone else but me about it, if that's all right.
Very well.
And if you do have to bring someone onto it, just give them the spiel, you know?
Yep.
Okay, this is normal show behavior.
He always asks the weirdest things, but all right.
That's
I'll
all right.
try to dig up some old geography and see what I can do.
Thank you so much. If there's anything I can get you from anywhere else, let me know, and I will get it for you. And if you can't find me, find my... Do I really have to call him Butler? Do I have to... Is that what he is? Is that normal in this
Yeah,
world?
he's your butler, yeah.
He's my butler. If you can't find me, my butler Gage would be more than happy to assist you as well.
Right. Okay. All right, thank you. I will
Yeah.
get to working on this, I guess.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Right.
What year is the other girl in the room?
Elsie?
Yeah.
She is Elsie Watson. Elsie. She is a 4th year.
Okay, so she's been there for a while, established person.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to be concerned about. Maybe.
Not that you know of.
Not that I know of.
I mean, this is the first time you're meeting her, so.
True. All right. You know, just again, yeah, let me know or Gage, and thank you again. Sorry to put this on your plate.
No worries.
I'll owe you one.
Sure do.
Thank you.
Okay.
And nice meeting you. And thank you again for the offer. Maybe I'll grab a drink next time.
She smiles and walks over and looks at the map too, and she's like, "Oh gosh."
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one.
All right,
Fun.
Avarif.
Yep.
Anything else?
I don't believe so.
All right.
Unless there's any other things I should be walking into.
Not necessarily. Things will be
Alright.
happening on Friday, but that's why we're doing this, so we can
Fair enough.
jump right into those things on Friday. Or I guess session is Saturday, but on Friday in game. You know.
Friday, yeah.
You know what I mean.
The only thing I would do is ask if Gage talked to Rinko, but that'd be about it.
Yeah.
Go.
All right.